to one ad, and I had a deadline to start filming. I had a few weeks to audition, and I was working with somebody, and they showed me the traditional auditioning process, which is bullshit. Basically, you sit behind a table in a room, and you have people come in, have them do it, and then try to make their life as stressful as possible, and be like very like condescending, and basically you're like legit, like I was told you're supposed to make it as stressful as possible because it's going to be stressful on set. No, it's not. If you're a filmmaker and knows what the fuck you're doing, I think you're making a very relaxed set. Do you know one of the thing the on The Dark Knight, one of my favorite movies? What I heard from the guy who played Gamble, the guy who the Joker slits his his mouth or whatever with like the blade, he sticks the blade in his mouth. He was talking about working with Heath Ledger and what like that set was like, and he would ask Christopher Nolan questions, and Christopher Nolan had a million things on his mind at the time, like a million things going on,
absolutely,
movie,
huge movie. You got
and Christopher Nolan would be like very nice and be like, like he would ask him like why does he have a British accent? Is he from Britain, or like if he's in America, like what's going on? And he's like, I didn't think about that. What do you think? And he would ask him. He would give him the chance to think of something. And then also they'd be joking around with Heath Ledger when the cameras weren't rolling right before the take. The dude was like practicing magic tricks on them. All this shit, like as a child, like just showing them, like what do you think of this? Like, what do you? And he even asked like the Gamble actor, like what do you think of that take? Do you think I should do it? Like he would ask him for directions, like the other his fellow actors. It was a super relaxed set. Also heard that just like everything was planned out like very thoroughly, like almost like and I think what I think he means by that is like the script was pretty locked in. They knew they had a good script already, and they had a plan for how to do everything. And that's what I try to do, is because that's one of my favorite movies. It's probably my favorite movie. It's just it's such a tour de force in every aspect, and it's like I watch that and I'm like, if that was a relaxed set, I never want to work on a film that is not relaxed. Fuck those. Because I have no time for them. I don't care. And especially if it's my film. If it's my own film and it's like a stressful environment, it shouldn't be. I think if you're running out of daylight, you have to kind of pick up the pace. Absolutely. You're not burning bridges. You're not being rude. I mean, I did my best not to be. And I think I don't think I did anything rude to anybody except one guy. I realized, he was originally going to be boom pole operator. But then when I realized we were weaving between trees, and it was a one take for 12 minutes, and the camera was going every single direction. There was no time to figure out where the boom pole should be. I should have figured that out in rehearsal. I didn't have time on set because like I could only work with like the makeup artist behind me, who's like guiding me at times. And then when she has to put blood on somebody or take something out of the shot, she had to be there and be in tune with me. She was really good at that. It was everybody else I had to communicate very thoroughly with, but I didn't have the bandwidth of my brain. And just everything was, everything was an onslaught for me that day. It was a fucking onslaught, and I have this white hair. I tell every podcast
that's why I have
that's that white hair and my beard. Everybody, some people mention that. It's like I was gonna mention that, like I didn't want to. It's like it's from stress from that day. It still fucks with me. It's just everything hit that day, and I had to 86 things like that. And I was just lucky that certain things worked, like having the shotgun mic on the camera and just strapping the recorder, this one was I had it into like this microphone into that recorder, and on that was on the camera. It sounded fine, luckily.
Good.
But it wasn't the plan. It was we're gonna have it on a boom pole, but I had this guy be I demoted him or whatever you want to call it to script supervisor, and he had to lay down under a tree or like on the top of this hill where he was out of view, because we were going 360. And you know, there were times where I was just losing patience. I was like yelling at Mike Trigo, who, you know, I gotta have on the podcast sometime. Like I was like, Mike, I mean, you're in the shot. You're in the shot. We had to reset, and we had him far away too. But I feel like that guy, though, I won't say his name, but like I feel like he just was like who is this asshole? I didn't sign up for this, because he also helped drive people, so he couldn't leave without burning everybody's bridge. But you know, as soon as he got everybody out of his car, I was about to go up to him and say, hey man, I'm really sorry for how, you know, today went. It was a shit show for me. I should have planned better, all this stuff, you know, but I really appreciate your help. As I was walking up to his car,
he just took off.
And I was like, oh, I guess he's running late for something. I texted him thinking, oh, I guess he didn't see me walking up to his car.
Yeah. Nothing.
I never heard from him ever again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
I feel bad. I don't think I was. I mean, I will be honest, and I'm not like then I thought I was really mean. I don't think I was mean.
No, because
I don't think I was. You know, the one thing I know I did wrong was I was, you know, when Mike was like taking up daylight hours because he was like, he got lost. Everybody said where the car was. Go this way. This is where the car is. He goes this way.
He goes the other way.
Gets lost, and we can't start shooting because he's going to be coming back in the middle of a take, and he's going to be in the background.
Yeah.
But now I think I realize now, from what I know now, I could have isolated the color of his shirt and took it out. But it you know, he would have probably spoke like, hey guys, what do you like where's the car? And then we'd have to stop rolling and then change shirts, and it would take 20 extra minutes. Yeah. Or not 20, but you know.
But it's again with the experience, you know, like you just learn the experience.
That film taught me so much. Yeah. And you saw me talking shit about it when after we watched it at Chris's house. But it just, watching it again with all those film people and them being impressed by it, or saying they're impressed. I don't know.
It was.
I think they were.
Yeah, of course.
It invigorated me to like read this book and actually use it for my sketches, because I feel like that's what was really most impressive. Yeah, is that we got a 12-minute take where those people, I felt like it wasn't the best take. And if I show people the really good take where the battery died because I was a dipshit, and because this battery was on it, the timer on it that shows like when it's going to die is on the back, but it was down here. And I had to flip the camera every time to look at it.
Then it's uncomfortable and all that.
I had so many. I should have had a first AD reminding me to check it every take. I didn't have a first AD. I didn't know.
That's the process. That's the learning process, you know.
But yeah, it's like I should have had a checklist that we went through after each take before we got started the next take, and checking the battery should have been on it every single time. Yeah. I thought I would remember, but you know, we're not. We're human. We're not robots. But no, plus I took these like salt stick things for heat exhaustion, and that fucked with my ability to think. And I was like, why did I've never taken these any other film. I mean, any other time. I only do them when I work out, and I don't, you know, I was like, why did I do that? Like, but no, that the best take, and I felt the best performances too were like the take with the battery, or probably just mainly the camera work was my favorite on that one. And the performances were great either way, on the one that we went with. Right. But it's like, there was one part in the one we went with where he fucked up his line, but we rolled with it and managed to make it work. Yeah. And that's why I disregarded that. And I didn't know until days later when I rewatched the footage that it actually worked. I thought it didn't work because he fucked up his line the one time. But the one time in a 12-minute take, he fucks up his line. I'm like, we can't use it.
A whole 12 minutes.
Dude, that was such a stressful shoot, man. Because it was, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this podcast clip. For notes and links to things mentioned on the show, my films, full episodes, or other selected clips, go to profitableproductions.com/podcast. Profitable is spelled like my name with 2 F's and 2 T's. Also, for updates on future episodes, follow me on Instagram at Proffitt Take and at Profitable Productions. Consider liking and subscribing. It helps me out a lot. Thanks again. Catch you on the next take.